Greetings, I'm Azzy and you're listening to All Goth Considered with Obscura Undead. This is a segment where we explore a few recent singles and releases and hear what the musicians themselves have to say about their songs. So refill your wine glass and let's dive into these dark waters together. Let's start this episode off with a new-to-me band, Then Came the Rain. Shame on me, really. This solo project by Nicolas Albin out of France has been consistently releasing a spooky blend of cold wave, dark wave, and post-punk. Albin's latest release, Ravage, is a journey exploring the everyday consequences of corporatism. Or that's my interpretation, at least, since it's a quarantine album. So let's take a moment instead to hear Nicolas's breakdown of one of my favorite tracks off Ravage, Shining Darker.
Hi, this is Nicola from Then Came the Rain, and you're about to listen to a track called Shining Darker that is taken from my latest album, titled Ravage. This song is about passing away. Not exactly, it's not about death, it's more about dying, which is quite different. It's about this moment when you feel it's getting really close to you, and this feeling that you just can't escape it, that you're trapped. Sound-wise, I used a lot of vintage equipment to record that song, such as an old Yamaha DX7 and old drum machines from the 80s also. And most of all, there is bass guitar, one that just follows the electronic bass, and there's an harmonic bass guitar that you can hear all the way long. The main riff is also played with a bass, and actually there's not a lot of guitar on this track, and the bass line is going downwards on the scale because I wanted to really increase this feeling of going down. This album, Ravage, is available on thenCameTheRain.bandcamp.com. I hope you like listening to my music. Greetings from France.
Getting closer now. The night I fear since the day I risen, it's coming faster now. Always sliding downwards. It's getting clearer now. The gates are opening on a void. The whirlpool I can see is sucking me in, and I can't even budge an inch. I wish I escaped. It's the I must clinch, silent and still. Always falling down. So low. The more I breathe, the more I'm faded. I'm getting colder now. Just how it should feel, but I won't even budge an inch. It's needless in vain. I'm waiting in anguish, only sliding downwards, always falling down, so low, 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 so low, so low, so low. Now the end is getting near. Now the end is getting near.
Next up is a band that fits right into the Cali dark post-punk vibe. Los Angeles trio Deceits seamlessly synthesizes UK post-punk style vocals and arrangement with distinctly Soviet wave guitars and synths. Think Human Tetris meets The Cure with occasional dips into La Movida vibes. We're going to hear from Kevin, aka Puppy, about one of their most recent singles, Guiding Light.
Hi, this is Kevin, also known as Puppy, from Deceits here. Deceits is a three-piece dark passionate post-punk band based in Los Angeles, California, with yours truly on bass, keyboard, and vocals, Kevin Hernandez on guitar and keyboards, and Cisco Signs on drums. We formed in late 2021 with the goal of creating gloomy danceable post-punk songs that pays homage to bands like The Cure, Sad Lovers and Giants, The Silent Party, and The Chameleons, to name a few. Our latest song, Guiding Light, was written during a night where I was dealing with sleeping issues and contemplating my current place in life. The very next day, we went into rehearsal where I already completed a majority of the lyrics as they came to me during a dream that previous night, where I imagined a younger version of myself from the third-person perspective, holding a candle, asking for guidance and hoping to find meaning in my place. The chorus, trying to find the light I was promised from the start, is about the search for an answer and finding your meaning and purpose in life. When you were told by those you loved and around you that happiness will come when you do everything right, but it never, ever seems within reach. Musically, we took heavy cues from the Dance Society and Soviet in a rhythmic sense, as the drums are constant and keeps on providing a pulsing and catchy beat. The song was actually really easy to write, as it only took a couple hours between the three of us and came naturally compared to our previous songs. The keyboards were written a day later, and again, provided through me through a dream, as I wanted an orchestral and haunting feeling for atmosphere. Guiding Light was both depressing and enjoyable to write and create, but we hope that those who listen to it can feel and dance to its bittersweet sound.
To fade to different shades of grey.
find the light I was promised from the start. We're each closer to the fire, just to fade and fall apart. I fall apart. Float in my chain, life's dullness is to stay the same. A tragic life. These blurred eyes fade into a void I can see through. These blurred eyes, they see truths, reflections I withdrew. Although it's pain to feel this way, hold on, hold on. Days another shade of grey. Trying to find the light I was promised from the start. Reach closer to the fire, just to fade and fall apart. Trying to find the light I was promised from the start. Reach closer to the fire, just to fade and fall apart. I fall apart. I will find the guiding light. I will find the guiding light. I will find the guiding light. Erase the different shades of grey.
But not least is Pitch After Dark from Las Vegas, Nevada. This band is the creative project of vocalist Pari Dark and is a band way more folks should be tuning into, in my opinion. Harry writes beautifully sobering dark wave with lush bass lines and catchy melodies, plus his voice is to die for. Pitch After Dark's latest release, Dark and Severe, is a collection of new tracks and remasters from previous EPs in 2020. Perry worked with Tom Ashton of the March Violets on mixing and mastering, and this release even has a collab with Chandler Grace from Kelly death rock band Frozen Charlottes, which is pretty cool. But today Perry will tell us about one of the remastered tracks, The Desert.
The Desert was influenced by the overall uncertainty of the future of mankind. It is also a tribute song to The Cure, and is heavily inspired by their style of music. The process behind the song involved listening to some of my all-time favorite songs by The Cure, and thinking, what else would be interesting to hear in this music? One of the things I wanted to implement is an obvious chorus to help listeners sing along. I also aimed to inject more guitar melodies into my composition, since guitar is my favorite instrument, and it was the first instrument that really got me into making music. My goal was to create a dark atmosphere, and utilize a more consistent rhyming pattern to deliver the message of the song. One of the most difficult parts of the songwriting process for me is figuring out how far and in which direction to lean between following in the footsteps of my influences and innovating. Following influences too closely might sound unoriginal. Conversely, putting too much effort into innovating by combining elements from different musical genres could result in a song that does not fit into my intended style. I revel in walking a fine line between both paths to compose music that simultaneously honors my influences and implements new ideas.
the ground it shakes as the colors appear. The air grows foul and the end feels near. Lost in the desert, lost for days. Lost in the desert, lost for years.
Thank you for listening. For more music takes, please follow us on most major social media platforms under the handle Obscura Undead. Take care of yourselves. Until next time.